serving up Texas' hottest original acts. The all-you-can-eat Texasmusiccafe boldly goes where commercial radio and television fear to tread. So kick up your heels for another exciting episode from the all-you-can-eat Texasmusiccafe.
For joining us this evening for the second episode of the Places and Spaces Songwriter Night. Please help me welcome the first in line, Mr. Clint Claris. Thank you. Oh, yeah.
Kent Claris, thank you. Thank you all for being here. Kent Claris from Waco, local. Happy to be here, happy for the invite. This is such a great room. And this is a cool opportunity. You know, I've seen a few of these and getting to tell your stories about how you wrote these songs and the ideas behind them. I'll tell you a little bit about what inspired this song. Kind of had a riff for it and then just kind of stumbled upon a hook for it. But it all goes back to Mississippi. I don't know if we have any Mississippi people in the house, but I'm taking that as a no. But you'll get to hear about it, just kind of the idea of visiting rural Mississippi and, just the song that came out of it. So this is dedicated to a guy who's a family friend, and we went to visit them in Mississippi one time, and he was telling this big story, and he was using his hands, and I was a kid, and we're like looking up at him, and then he was so into the story that he didn't realize he had fire ants all over his feet. And so this is dedicated to him. I know some real fine people, gonna see them soon. I try to get out that way when I come through Picayune. They got their own way of living back behind the pines. You're only 30 minutes from town, but you're 30 years back in time. It's all backwoods, naturally Mississippi masterpiece. If I ever seen it, couldn't call it by name. Down here it's gotta be Southern hospitality. If you don't receive it, it's a crying shame for you. They could have left for town like they've seen so many others do. Family put their roots down, and you know they need tending to. This type of country and culture, it don't bring and vine. Can't find it down at the marketplace. You got to get it off the vine. 'Cause we're all backwoods, naturally Mississippi masterpiece. If I ever seen it, couldn't call it by name. Down here it's gotta be Southern hospitality. If you don't receive it, that's a crying shame for you. My mama comes from Jackson. My family's spread out wide. You can try to run from your roots, but you know you can't always hide. 'cause we're all backwoods naturally. Mississippi masterpiece. If you never seen it, you can feel it the same. Down here it's gotta be southern hospitality. If you don't receive it, it's a crying shame. It's true. Thank you.
That's awesome. My roommate's from Mississippi, so hear a lot of backwoods stories lately. So that's kind of funny, and I love the fire ant detail. One time I was doing a service project with my middle school, and I picked up a glove. We were like cleaning up lots, and I picked up a glove full of ants, and I got it in my pants. So I really did have ants in my pants. Sorry for oversharing with y'all. But anyway, anybody a stay-at-home mom in here? My mom should say yeah, because I know she's in here and I know she's a stay-at-home mom. That's like kind of the dream job. So I kind of wrote this little song about wanting to be a stay-at-home mom. It's kind of disguised as a chicken song. And I was thinking about places and spaces, and I was like, you know what a space is? A chicken coop, which is kind of a stretch. But this is a song I wrote. It's called The Coop, about wanting to be a stay-at-home mom and raise some little chickadees. I was a girl growing up by the cattle inn. You were a boy sitting high in his saddle heads. Big for your hat, but that didn't matter. I was always gonna love you. You were the rooster and I was the hen. Oh, you woke me up, made me feel good again. And I think we might be onto something. I'll tell you what we could do. I'll raise the chickens if you build the coop with a wraparound porch and a mountainside view. We'll paint the shutters a bright baby blue. I'll raise the chickens if you build the coop. Just close your eyes and try to imagine we're building our life, all our eggs in one basket. I've sat on this plan, but I'll need you to hatch it, so I've got a deal for you. I'll raise the chickens if you build the coop with a wraparound porch and a mountainside view. We'll paint the shutters a bright baby blue. Oh, I'll raise the chickens if you build the coop. Oh, coop. And you can't deny that we're birds of a feather. Wherever we go, baby, we go together. Let's build us a home that can withstand the weather. We'll watch the storms from the stoop. And I'll raise the chickens if you build the coop with 3 beds and 2 baths and a media room. And we'll paint the shutters whatever we choose. I'll raise the chickens. Oh, I'll raise the chickens if you build the coop. Oh, coop. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
I'm glad to be here. My name is Kyle Sinkuli. I'm from West Texas. right up the road. And I feel good. This is my favorite stage to play in Texas. And I'm not just buttering y'all up. And I was thinking about places and spaces and thinking about the songs to pick out for this evening, and I realized that a lot of my songs are about places and spaces, and this song's about growing up in a little rural town of West, right outside of town, and we had dial-up internet, and spent a lot of time with my grandparents out in Mount Calm as well, and they had a little window in the middle of their house the computer sat in front of, and you'd look out and smell the cows, see the hay, and really think about why the internet is so slow. Anywho, this song is called Simpler Time. There's a light up in the clouds, crying raindrops for the ground. Pull the plow, we're sowing corn for summer crop. Take the heavy from my head, stoke the fire, bake the bread, roll one up and fill my cup up to the top. I can smell the honeysuckle blooming in the trees, the sweet perfume of innocence coming back to me. Motion picture memories playing in my mind. Take me back to a simpler time. I need the phone, computer games, dial-up speeds have lost the race. Solitaire, asteroids and centipede. Curtains in the summer breeze, gun smoke playing on TV. Brisket cooking, 10 more minutes, y'all hear me? I can feel my clothes sticking in the humid Texas heat. The quickest rush of too damn much sugar in the tea. Motion picture memories playing in my mind. Take me back to a simpler time. Where does time go when it's done? Does it know where it came from? Maybe time evaporates into the clouds. Every single summer rain gets me feeling all the same. Hope the corn is growing high so I can find a place to hide and reconnect back to who I was long ago, it seems, before I can lose my head complicating things. Motion picture memories playing in my mind. Take me back to a simpler time. Take me back to a simple time. Thank you.
That was awesome. That was really cool. So if y'all hadn't figured it out, I'm a little bit different. So when I write a song, sometimes, people always ask, do the words come first or does the music? And for me, it's kind of both. And I'm a big, start with the riff and, see where it lands, if it inspires anything. And I remember last time I was here, I was sitting in the green room, and there were several people back there, and I started playing the riff for this next song. And there were about 5 people talking, and Townie goes, "What is that?" He's like, "Everybody shut up. What is that?" And so I was like, okay, maybe I had a little something there. But this song is dedicated to 2 of my friends. I started writing it, and then I realized that I was writing it for them. They were kind of both in different relationships, but they still loved each other. And so one of the guys lived in Dallas off the tollway, so you'll figure the rest out.
If you ever leave here, well, I hope you know you don't have to look hard for a place to go. You just come on over, you know where I stay, and take the lover's exit on the North Tollway. I can be convicted of seduction or theft just 'cause she remembered love never left. But if something happens, come what may, take the lover's exit on the North Tollway. You can do what you want, try and take control. Either way, we both know love's gonna take its toll. If you never leave him, you understand it's hard to set out on a providing man. But if something happens, come what may, take the lover's exit on the North Tollway.
Thank you.
So jazzy. Man, he was talking backstage about sometimes playing bass, and how what'd you play with your dad in a jazz band? That's sick. I love it. Thanks for sharing the stage with me today, guys. It's so fun. I also want to say I loved your sweet tea line. I thought that was so fun. Creative. Yeah, I'm from here. I'm from Waco, and I really like blue bonnets, but who doesn't? So I wrote this song with some of my friends about kind of missing somebody who's not in the same state as you, because I moved to Nashville about 4 or 5 years ago to go to school and to write music. So I wrote this with my friends Gloria Anderson and Garrett Bradford. It's called Blue as the Bonnets. I don't mind the cold or that late summer heat. If the leaves started falling this early in Austin, that'd be fine with me. If it never rained on the Lone Star again, if the buds never blossomed, I might have forgotten you side of the road. This heartache stays while they come and go. I heard you ran off somewhere they don't grow. Left me blue, blue as the bonnets on the side of the road. And I've hated green since I looked in your eyes. And they looked right through me like you never knew me before goodbye. You said you weren't ready to pick out a ring, but I heard through the grapevine that you and your new bride got hitched last spring. So I'm as blue as the bonnets on the side of the road. This heartache stays while they come and go. I heard you ran off somewhere they don't grow. Left me blue, blue as the bonnets on the side of the road. I shouldn't move to the desert or high on the plains. Let them dust devils dry up all my pain. But that dry air's a long way away, and those wildflowers will make it through May. So I'm as blue as the bonnets on the side of the road. This heartache stays while they come and go. I heard you ran off somewhere they don't grow. Left me blue, blue as the bonnets. Blue, blue as the bonnets. Left me blue, blue as the bonnets on the side of the road. Thank you.
Yeah, that was great.
Thank you.
This song is about working and being a working dad and providing and being out of the house and missing things. Usually on Thursdays, I'm at home with my 2-year-old son, and we have Texasmusiccafe on. Not a plug, but it's true. We have it on live streaming on the TV in the living room, and I'm watching it, and he's usually tearing something up. But this song's about just being a working man. My alarm bell buzzing means it's 7 a.m. Time to fumble through my closet for a collared shirt and then try to skip over the board that I should have nailed down. Crank the truck, lock the door without making any sound. I got my lady and my baby sleeping softly in my bed. Got some bills on the counter, gonna leave them unread. Got a shift until 5, then an hour and drive home. Wish the wolves at my door would just leave me alone. They say the tough it's been since the sweat on my back and the scars on my hands got me one step further away. Ain't nothing gonna change for a working man. I learned to dig from my daddy, who's been digging his whole life, digging deep into his pockets so that he could provide something for his children that his daddy never could. Every father's working hard to give his family something good. Well, I got buddies making money, I got buddies in the ground. Send a thank you up to Jesus just for keeping me around, for another day of doing the best that I can. The carpenter himself, he knows the life of a working man. They say the tougher the times, the stronger the man. I bet I can move a mountain as long as it's been since the sweat on my back and the scars on my hands got me one step further away. Ain't nothing gonna change for a working man. They say the tougher the times, the stronger the man. I bet I can move a mountain as long as it's been since the sweat on my back and scars on my hands got me one step further away. Ain't nothing gonna change. I will always be a working man. Working man. Thank you.
Thanks, Kyle. I appreciate that. So this is the intermission part of the show where we do a little Q&A and get to know our artists this evening. So if you don't mind, I'll just take a quick second and kind of go through a few things. If anybody in the audience has something, just let me know, raise your hand, but I'll get started. So first of all, I just realized you guys are all locals, which is cool. We rarely have all three, yeah, thank you. Yeah, that's really cool.
Local show.
So, did you guys know each other kind of in circles before, or is this really your first time, playing together or really getting to meet each other?
I've never met these people in my life.
Just strangers, but you're still local, which is cool. That's the thing about Waco. It's like we all know each other. It's a small town, but then again, it's still big enough to kind of get out and spread out there. So that's really cool. I like that a lot. So, Kyle, you were mentioning, you're sitting at home with your kiddos and stuff, and you're watching TMC. That's such a cool thing. Because not only are you an artist, but you're also a supporter of the art. So we really appreciate that so much. So, when you first heard about TMC, how did you find out about us? What was your link to our world here?
Man, I've been following on Facebook for a while, and I went to MCC with Jonna May, and she had a little show that she was doing, and
okay.
I was always too chicken to sign up for her open mic night, and I finally got. I don't remember how I got introduced. Somebody told me to come out here. I think it might have been Terry. Terry told me to come out for open mic night, and
yeah.
I came out for open mic and then stayed and came back the next few weeks and watched some great songwriter rounds. And this is probably one of my favorite things to do on a Thursday.
Yeah.
For sure.
Thursdays are such a cool night. And so, it's like whenever someone who's actually in the industry and then this is part of your life and things like that, and you also support, you feel like this is just a great place to be, and that makes us feel very, thank you. That's such a warming to our heart. Thank you very much for that. I appreciate that. So I'm going to pick on Morgan next for a second. So a little birdie told me that you have a little family history with TMC.
I do. Well, I just learned about it today, too. Apparently, my grandparents made some of the original merchandise for Texasmusiccafe a long time ago, which I think is super, super cool. Fred and Bobby. I'll make sure to tell them about it, too. And I got to see some of the original. Andrew, wherever he is wearing the original...
oh, that's so cool.
Yeah, original logo on the original little denim jacket. Super cool.
Yes. So, for those who don't know, we've been around since 1997. So we've been around for a minute. So, we have such rich history here in Waco. And, when we hear things like this, it's just generations of people coming in and just, enjoying it and just being part of us. Again, it's an awesome feeling, and I really appreciate that so much. So, yeah, cool. Kent.
Yes.
I heard you came from a very talented family. You have a father who plays guitar.
He's here.
He's here.
He's a player.
Very cool. Yes. And a grandmother who's also an actress and things like that. So you come from a family of talented people, so performers. How did that shape you into where you are today? Is that part of, obviously you couldn't help but be part of that lifestyle.
Yeah, I think, I guess an important thing to say is, it didn't ever feel forced on me. It was just very natural. It was like, if you're interested, we're going to give you all the resources to go down that path. And it was just always an outlet for me and something that I always enjoyed doing. And then I guess there's periods of my life where I kind of did something else for a while, but I always come back to it. And it's been very, very fulfilling to me, lately, and have really enjoyed doing it.
Very cool. You threw me off on the first song. I got a little grunge 90s vibe from you on that first song, and then you went blues. So I'm just trying to get your feel, what your sound is.
I don't know that song is actually finished, but I was changing stuff around today, and I think it went decently well. But I was if it didn't, I wasn't gonna mention it. But Terry, I was talking to him earlier, and I said this song was going to go really well with the songwriter series, and he kind of motivated me to get it done. So
very cool. Terry's
pushed me over the edge.
Yeah, Terry's a pusher. Just out there.
In a good way.
No, Terry's great. He's he comes with all these songwriter series and all the he does all the booking and stuff, and so Terry's one of our more valuable volunteers and people here. So, anyway, does anybody in the audience have any? Oh. Right here on the front row. Let's do it. Hi.
I got one, and it's kind of for everybody. But when you were growing up and your parents listened to music, what kind of music influenced you growing up? When you were a kid, when you heard something, what kind of music made you feel like, yeah, I like that?
I'll kick it off. Yeah, classic rock. You could probably guess that. And jazz. There was a lot of jazz growing up, but very kind of wide influences from all over. I've always loved the blues. You could probably tell that from some of the stuff I play. But yeah, try to keep an open mind and just take it wherever it goes.
Yeah. My mom always played K-Love until the pledge drive, and then we'd switch to the message. So we did a lot of that early Christian music. And then when I kind of got to a point where I figured out I can kind of listen to my own music, I kind of pulled some like gospel bluegrass and some kind of Texas country, like some Randy Rogers and William Clark Green and and all that, and some John Mayer too. But I also kind of maybe just like John Mayer because boy, I had a crush on like John Mayer too. But you pull it from a lot of different places and kind of like put it into your own little musical inspiration box. So yeah.
I grew up and my dad played in country cover bands, and I got to stand side stage to him, and they played all the classics, Willie Whalen, The Boys, and I actually rebelled on DC Talk and Third Day. It's a real hard rebellion, but yeah, got a lot of it in there.
That's cool. Yes, thank you for that. That's a good one.
Quick question. How does a working man with a 2-year-old find time to write songs?
Absolutely.
Man, that is a great, he likes to sleep right now, which is helpful. And I like to stay up late, which is also helpful. But yeah, I don't know. I work probably not as hard as I should.
I don't believe that for a minute.
Yeah, it's few and far between.
And a follow-up to the other, do you have a set time that you like to write, or does that just come random?
Oh, well, I like to write a lot with my friends, so sometimes we'll set a time and we'll write together. Otherwise, it kind of just comes wherever, in the car, and you'll make a little like recording of it, and I'll be like, oh, I have an idea, I got to finish that later, and then I'll stay up late, and I'll finish it in the middle of the night. And I'll send it to my sister or something. And she'll be like, that sucks. or she'll like it, who knows. But.
Well, Kyle and I bonded over the fact that we both have 2-year-olds, and so there is sometimes that, he's in the back seat and it's just us two, and, I'm trying to figure out a song, but he wants to listen to Wheels on the Bus. And so obviously we put Wheels on the Bus on, and I'm like, well, I'll get back to the song later.
That's funny. Well, that's great. Does anybody else have any questions? Oh, okay, we do. Hang on just a second. I'm going to come around. Mind the wires here. All right.
Let me talk about the dark side of the business, the money. I got to ask, as a fellow songwriter, I put my first song out a couple of weeks ago, and I am far from making the $10 threshold. Is there any money to be made in this? As much as I love being a high school guidance counselor, I would much rather sit around with a guitar and write songs for some of these guys and hear my stuff on the radio. Is there any hope in this? Is there any, or should I just leave this as a hobby? Is anybody making anything? I just want to say, woohoo, I'm a commissioned songwriter, 75 cents.
Who wants to go?
That's you. I don't know.
Well, I mean, let's see. If you're trying to figure it out, I'm also trying to figure it out. So if you do figure it out, let me know. But I will say, just the more songs you write, the better chance you have to make some money, But some people do it. So you can always do it. Yeah. Just like making friends, writing songs, putting them out. But also don't lose the fun of it, because that's, I feel like, the most important part. Money comes later, money comes back.
Absolutely. I think we got one more, and then we'll get back to music. So hang on just a second. The stranger right here.
So, Kyle, I wanted to say, number one, thank you for introducing your child to music. That is a great starting place. And just as you stood on the side of the stage and watched your dad, I hope that your son does the same thing for you, and that is cyclical and generational. That's important. If you notice that Aaron, our camera guy here, or LaTronda, the back of their shirt says music history in real time. As Rachel mentioned, we've been doing this since 1997, and Morgan didn't know until today that her grandparents were featured on our show, and historically, her family played a part in keeping us in doing this for 28 years, so thank you to you and your family. And also, Kent, your dad, I recorded your dad in the recording studio. He was wearing a jumpsuit that was like...
That's awesome.
He was wearing some like jumpsuit, and it was making noise, and it was making noise over his classical guitar. So I had him stripped naked, and he performed
Beautiful.
naked in the studio,
We love that.
I'm sure he remembers this too and loves that I'm sharing it. But he performed in the studio and recorded. Also, Evan, I understand you're here. You still have my Earl Klugh, If I Only Had a Brain classical CD, and I want it back. But thank you in the meantime for loaning your son to us, and thank you to Terry for booking 3 amazing local artists. So thank you all for being here. Thank you, Terry, for putting this together.
Thank y'all.
All right, thanks. Well, Kent, we'll let you get back to it. Thank you.
All right. I guess I should talk about this one. Several years ago, my wife and I went on a trip and went out and flew out to Grand Junction, Colorado, and went to a wedding in Utah. And then we, with another couple, went back through Colorado and went back, kind of back around to Grand Junction. And so I was kind of, I liked the town, and I started thinking about, like, what it would be like to live there. And that's where this song came from.
Hard time leaving Grand Junction. I can't function without one or two. A hard line between bitching and fussing. I don't know the difference until you and true. My woman has got compunction. She sees the things that I can't see. Don't need a second opinion. She knows just what's wrong with me. That ain't a reason to throw it all away. But I don't know now if it's enough to stay. I came out to that high desert just long enough to call it home. Bad thing about bad habits, they got plans all their own. That ain't a reason to throw it all away. But I don't know now if it's enough to stay. Not going to take a back seat. She wants to know just where it ends. Find me down on Main Street. A drinking man's got drinking friends. That ain't a reason to show it all the way. Don't think that she would agree. Western Colorado's been good to me. Well, she's leaving. Yeah, she's leaving. Am I going? There is a hard time. There is a hard time. There is a hard time.
Thank you.
Cool. Well, it's kind of to follow up your question earlier about, like, when do you write songs? I wrote this next one. I never really get to play this one out, but I figured since the theme was places and spaces, this is one I wrote when I was driving west with my sister last summer. And I don't know if she was asleep or something, but I was just taking in all my, like, New Mexico scenery, which there's a lot of desert. And I passed this little dried up creek, and it had a little sign like they do, and it was called the Chickarica Creek. And I said, that's kind of a cool cool name for a creek, I guess. But it was all dried up, so I kind of wrote this little song in my head, and I got home, and I wrote it down, and I kind of turned it into a little song. But I never play it, so bear with me.
There's a flood welling up in the river. Desert dust blowing right along with her. Mountains into boulders, boulders into rocks, rocks into pebbles, and then they're tossed. And I think our love's a little overdue for a wash. You and I are like the Chickarica Creek, running dry in the July heat. I always thought I'd love so hard I'd drown, but the water's gone and the rain's not coming. Don't you think it's just a little bit funny how you and I used to flow so proud? Well, I'm tired of begging for you to love me, so lay me down in the Chickarica Creek. We went far, all that swimming upstream. We worked hard, oh, but the view wasn't worth it to me. Oh, and darling, if I'm honest, I didn't notice that you and I would never be. Should've just let the current set you free. You and I are like the Chickarica Creek, running dry in the July heat. I always thought I'd love so hard I'd drown, but the water's gone and the rain's not coming. Don't you think it's just a little bit funny how you and I used to flow so proud? Well, I'm tired of begging for you to love me, so lay me down in the Chickarica Creek. You and I are like the Chickarica Creek, running dry in the July heat. I always thought I'd love so hard I'd drown, but the water's gone and the rain's not coming. Don't you think it's just a little bit funny how you and I used to flow so proud? Well, I'm tired of begging for you to love me, so lay me down in the Chickarica Creek.
Thank you.
When I first got the email about the theme, I was like, "Oh, this is perfect." I have one song that I know will go very, very well, and it's 5 years ago. I bought a little house and was like, "Okay, here we go, house time. Got to get it ready." I was getting married in a year, and it's like, I got to get this place ready. make sure I'm not bumming around anymore. And I bought this little 1940s little bungalow house, and it was caving in the middle, and the siding was falling off. I was like, this is the perfect one. And so I pulled the trigger on it and had to tear it down to the studs. In this house is there was a little built-in bookcase, and my dad and I tore all the drywall out, tore all the floors up. You could see straight through the house, just studs and air. And all that was left was this little bookcase. And he was like, "We're going to take that bookcase out?" I was like, "Nah, that thing stays." So this song is called Home. It's about that process and about just making a home for yourself and leaving a bookcase. There's blood stains on the concrete. There's bruises on my hands. I was fighting for something I would come to understand. I was tearing down memories, many left inside the walls of a little house on Davis Street that I would come to call home. Somewhere you can make something your own, a shelter from a world that's turning cold. It's where hard work and heartache turn to gold. Home. It's a messy kitchen table, coffee burning in the pot, splashing on the subway tiles that I saved up and bought. Now I'm dancing in the bedroom. My love is down the hall, pinning up a picture frame that tells the story of it all. Of home, somewhere you can make something your own, shelter from a world that's turning cold. It's where hard work and heartache turn to gold. Home. There's new paint on the bookcase. I knew we had to save. And there's a note hidden in the wall that might be found someday. It reads, "We bought this house in 20 and tore it down to the studs. Me and my father, we built and back with our tears and sweat and blood, all for home. Somewhere you can make something your own. Scrape together pennies for the loan and work your callous hands down to the bone, turning hard work and heartache into gold, all for home. Thank you.
Great song. Thanks. So serious, man. This is. I thought this was going to be a light evening. I wasn't ready to have emotions. So, having said that, my song is not so serious. But this is one that I like playing, and I think it goes along with the theme. It's kind of, a little bit reminiscent about just kind of being young and doing what you want to do.
Shake, shake, baby, shake, way with me. I'm on fire for your love, all I ever need. Take, baby, take me as I am. No, I never did a thing but your loving man. And I sure do like to ramble. Never settle down now. Have me going off the handle, all around. You can leave me where you found me. Fade, baby, I'm the one for you. No, there isn't a thing that I wouldn't do for you. Cake, baby, cake and champagne. No, we weren't invited, but we sure are glad we came. Let me show you how to ramble. Never settle down now. Got me going off the handle, all around. You can leave me where you found me. And I sure do like to ramble. Got me burning at both ends. Come on, babe, be the flame that lights the candle. Around the wind, moving back my way again.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much for hanging out with me, you guys. And thank you guys for coming and supporting songwriters and live music. Please keep doing that. We super appreciate it. And we wouldn't be able to write songs if people didn't want to listen to them. So we really appreciate you guys taking the time to come out and hang out with us. And thank you to the Texas Music Cafe for doing this. For real, it means so much. I think I can speak for all songwriters when I say that. But yeah, this last little tune, this is the last one, right? Okay. This is one I wrote. It's kind of newer. It's about Waco, and I figured probably fitting to play it since I'm here today. It's called Waco Wind. I wrote it with my friend Logan Falconberry about kind of growing up here and then kind of growing out of it. It's called Waco Wind. Hope you like it.
I left the pack green spinning on the Crossley player light. Till my mama said I'll be home later, but I never made it back to flip that record over. Ooh. I took my daddy's El Camino, kept on driving, looking for more than a southern silver lining, 'cause the town ain't the only thing that's getting older. Ooh, bad that a river still rolling from a stream where it started flowing. Oh, and you can choose where you're going, not where you're from. Is it sitting how I left it? I've been trying to forget it, fighting off the coulda, woulda beens, and I don't really wanna go back again, but I'm always gonna wonder what's blowing in the Waco wind. The cicadas are singing with a summertime sonnet, got me thinking about a good thing gone, and something so simple could send me back in a minute to where that river's still rolling from the stream where it started flowing. Oh, and you can choose where you're going, not where you're from. Is it sitting how I left it? I've been trying to forget it, fighting off the coulda, woulda beens, and I don't really wanna go back again, but I'm always gonna wonder what's blowing in the Waco wind. Oh. Oh, the road less traveled hit a dead end town. I didn't see it then, but I see it all now. That Lone Star Road was always gonna wrap around to where that river's still rolling from the stream where it started flowing. Oh, you can choose where you're going, not where you're from. Is it sitting how I left it? I've been trying to forget it, fighting off the coulda, woulda beens, and I don't really wanna go back again, but I'm always gonna wonder what's blowing in the Waco wind.
Thank y'all so much. Thank you.
Man, that was great.
Thank you.
That's the best song I've heard about Waco, I think. One second, technical. There we go. Nobody move.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we appreciate y'all coming out and listening to Places and Spaces. What a great theme. This song is It's about leaving a legacy, I think, or at least trying to. I started this song. I was on a little family vacation down in Wimberley, and we made a stop on Sunday at Green Hall, and just to kind of check it out. I'd been there numerous of times, but I get to play there next month, and I was like, well, I'm going to go see what's going on. Thanks. And I was like, well, better go check it out, make sure I know what I'm getting into. And I was sitting out there. My son was screaming his head off and running around in the backyard portion of it, and I was just sitting there staring at the wood. And I was just thinking, you know, man, this wood has been around a long time. It'll probably be around a long time after I'm gone, hopefully. And that's kind of what I want to leave. This song's called Still Be Here. I'm 100-year plank of withered pine. Your souls have left their marks on mine. You've spilled secret sweat and tears on me. I'll still be here when you leave. I'm the limestone banks, the riverbed. I carve these hills where you rest your head. Come rain and flood and summer heat, I'll still be here when you leave. Ash to ash, dust and dust, time will come for all of us. A return to the maker's brush with hope for something better. Losers, winners, rich and poor, settle of the cosmic score. What once was is no more. When the credits roll on the final scene, I'll still be here when you leave. I'm the red-tailed hawk on the cemetery gate. Watch you drop a rose and sing Amazing Grace. Searching for a sign, you look at me. I'll still be here when you leave. I'll still be here when you leave. Ash to ash, dust and dust, time will come for all of us. A return to the maker's brush with hope for something better. Losers, winners, rich and poor, a settle of the cosmic score. What once was is no more. When the credits roll on the final scene, I'll still be here when you leave. all of us. A return to the maker's brush with hope for something better. Losers, winners, rich and poor, settle of the cosmic score. What once was is no more. When the credits roll on the final scene, I'll still be here. I'll soon be here. I'll still be here. I'll still be